Derek DeBrosse coming to you, Ohio gun lawyer, munitionsgroup.com. Please drop a line to us below, email us, any questions you got. You can also call and leave them with our office. We'll get to them when we can, by the way. I can't promise you how long it'll take, but we'll try to address them. With that said, I have more of a statement here. Somebody wanted me to do a video on mag capacity and belt fed capacity. No real question there, but I can talk a little bit about it, at least from the Ohio context where I live. For years, in Ohio, we had a de facto magazine capacity limit. And it wasn't drafted in such a way that it was a magazine capacity limit, but what we had done in the state of Ohio is said any magazines that had the capability of accepting rounds of over, I think it was 32 or 33 rounds. Curtis, do you know which one? 31 rounds, so 32 plus. Anything that was 32 rounds or more was considered what we call dangerous ordnance in Ohio. And it's not outright illegal to own these things. You could own those magazines, in fact, because the way the law was written, it said what was illegal or what was considered dangerous ordnance was any firearm that had the capability of accepting a magazine that could take more than 31 rounds. So if you think about that and dissect that, it wasn't the magazine that they were defining as being illegal, it was the firearm, which is every semi-automatic firearm in the world, because you just have to make a magazine that takes 32 or more rounds, and it would become dangerous ordnance. The way the courts handled that, though, and the way they fleshed it out, was if you had the two in your possession together, not even necessarily married, but could marry them together, they could prosecute you for it. It was a real problem for us in the gun community in Ohio, so we moved to change that, and we have changed that, and it no longer exists on the books. So there is no de facto magazine capacity ban in Ohio. There is no regular magazine capacity limits in Ohio either. And as I said before, it wasn't necessarily illegal. You just had to have a license to own them. You could get a license from the sheriff under a form BSSA-1 form to own these. And I had filled out a couple for a couple of my clients so they could have like Surefire 60-round mags and things like that. So I hope that answers your question. Any other development or comments on that answer, please drop them in the comments below. And as always, remember to be safe out there and carry on.